Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 117. What's up?
Baby. What's up, baby?
What you know? What you know?
Fucking, I don't know. I'm looking at my notes on the
What's on your notes?
Radio show today, and the Barstool thing about. I've said this before.
You're going right into it.
I'm going right into it. We're going to talk hockey. We're going to talk about Bill Foley, who is ungoddamn believable, by the way. Billionaire, cool cat. Answered every question of ours, but we're going to get into that in a second. But it's funny that these Oklahoma, I guess, football guys, they're all at the bar in Oklahoma, right? And this one wide receiver goes up to this cat who clearly had cauliflower ear, knew what he was doing.
You can see it in the video.
Andy,
the cauliflower ear?
Andy, I could look at your face and know if you've been in battles or not, man. I could look.
Wrestlers have that look too, though.
Listen to me. Damn right. So I could look at you. I've done this for years and years and years, having to fight guys all the time. I could look at your face, your hands, your ears, and your nose.
What's it telling you? If you see, what are you looking for?
Okay, I look at you right now. I'm like, you are the prettiest pretty boy.
What are you seeing from me? So, like, read me.
I will hurt you in 2 seconds. But if I saw fucking Brian McGrattan, well, he's 6'6". Okay, fine. If I saw some wrestler kid who's been in battle and he's got a cut over his eye, his hands are nicked up, his nose is a little bent, and he's got fucking flappy fuck ears that are puffed out, cauliflower. I'm not messing with you.
No.
You psychos, you idiots. These guys, these fucking football players.
So set that up. So it's
I'll
from
set up
Oklahoma
right now.
State,
okay,
right?
so these wide receivers in Oklahoma State, they're at a bar. These guys are fucking pumped up since the day that they fucking started playing high school fucking football.
Oh, yeah.
You're the fucking toughest.
Yeah.
You're the biggest tough guy in your school, which you're probably
Local
not.
county news player of the year.
Thank you, Andy. You know you've done this back in the day. You had to fucking do all this shit. These guys are fucking big dicks. I'm going to the bar. And they meet up with a couple guys. A couple guys that are your size, Andy.
Because, wrestlers are not traditionally tall.
Well,
right?
they could be.
If they're heavyweights.
Brock Lesnar was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
He fucking dominated.
But you don't have to be tall to be a great wrestler.
Not at all. And so these guys kind of go in, and I'm only looking at what the film shows. So this fucking wide receiver, this white guy, another white dude, fucking thinks he's fucking cool, goes up to these other two cats. And you could tell this guy just knows what he's doing when he gets confronted. Oh, yeah. Right? So if you're a tough guy, he's like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, go ahead, hit me first. I could eat your punch, kind of thing. Like, I just saw it. And this wide receiver thought he was tough. And this dude fucking pinned him.
In like 11 seconds.
Andy,
first, he chopped him, punched him in the jaw.
He elbowed him in his jaw.
And he had cowboy boots on, which gives it away, too. You don't fuck with a guy with those type of cowboy boots and cauliflower ear.
Thank you.
That's a dangerous combination.
If you're in a fucking bar in Oklahoma and you got some fucking guy who's 5'8", that has fucking cowboy boots on and cauliflower ear,
probably won 4 straight national titles in high school.
Thank you.
Oklahoma State, dude, they're sick at wrestling too, man.
Fucking bone.
They're like Iowa.
They're bad. Exactly. Nebraska, Iowa, Midwestern.
Minnesota had some good dogs
Brock
too.
Lesnar was up there
Penn
back
State
in the day.
was okay.
Damn right. So the point is,
Rutgers.
like, these fucking cocky motherfuckers think they're so cool. They're banging pussy on fucking campus. I'm a wide receiver. I'm cool. I'm going to pick a fight in a fucking bathroom full of coronavirus and hepatitis A through Z, and I'm going to pick a fight with this 5'8"
with a wrestler.
With a fucking wrestler with cauliflower ear. And this guy, I just look at his facial expressions, and I know he knows what he's doing right off the bat. And he fucks this kid up.
Okay, so when I'm in high school, and I knew this, my brother was a wrestler or whatever.
Yeah, man, it helps.
And, like, they put the fur coat on, they try to make weight, they run around the swimming pool.
No, they swim.
That's what they do.
They chew tobacco. They spit everything out. They wrap themselves in fucking trash bags, and they go in the sauna.
My brother was not a great wrestler, but he had that.
Oh, he's related to you.
He's around that mentality, and the coaches have that mentality. But you always knew, and I learned at a very young age, don't mess with the wrestlers. Don't mess with the wrestlers.
I'm giving you guys all a piece of advice. I got fucked up in Windsor so fucking bad. It was the most embarrassing guy. I told the story before. I'm going to tell it again. I got fucked up in Windsor. I was the baddest boy on the block.
But you didn't say he was a wrestler.
Dude, listen to me. I was the baddest boy on the block. I was 17. I had girls. I was kicking guys' ass. I was taking my bucket off, taking my shirt off. This fucking cocky. I go to a bar in Windsor. These 25-year-old kids from fucking Detroit, they don't go to bars in Detroit. Why would you? Because you're going to get killed. It's so hardcore over there. So they go to Windsor.
Not for me, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So they come over to Windsor. And I remember these guys flirting with the girls we're with. And they're like doing this. And like, who the fuck's this guy? And I'm like, I'll fuck all you up. I beat up everybody. This cocky. 17 years old. I'm cocky. I looked at this guy.
Nothing's changed, really.
No, it's like, you fucking crazy.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I'm so different. So I look at this guy and I look at his face. And I'm like, oh boy. And his other buddy. And I had like guys with me, but I had girls with me.
Backup.
So it was more, no, I had no backup.
Was Spezza with you, Jason Spezza?
Yeah, it was like pussy guys. Like, we're not.
Was Steve Ott with you?
No, we're dealing with girls at the time. And I always made buddies with people in Windsor too at my high school. So I had high school buddies.
I can't see you picking a fight in a bar. Now, this is two shows in a row.
No, I'm telling you I did.
With the Rams football player.
No,
by the way, I don't know why I couldn't remember Jacob Bell, by the way. I was kind of mad at myself for that. But anyway, Richie Young, incognito.
Yeah,
it wasn't your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
But you get in a lot of bar fights?
This was my fault.
Is this something we need to be talking about?
Yes, I'm talking about now. I fucked up. I used to fight guys in high school all the time at fucking different parties where I'd like, take my shirt off. And like, I thought the girls liked that. It was so stupid.
That was you.
So, yes. Yes,
really?
I swear to God, it was. I'm a dick. I
could never see you doing that today.
No, not anymore. No, I'm like, no, I'm happy. I like everyone. We're all friends.
I mean,
like,
you got choked out by an 80-year-old woman. I've seen that happen to you.
Oh my God! Just stop. So I can explain this. So back in the day in high school, I do this. Whatever. Fine. Okay. So that night, I beat up a couple guys, and then I go to the bar, and these 26-year-old guys from Detroit come over, and they pick a fight with me. And I go, listen to me. I go in the back alleyway. No one's around. All these girls around. They think I'm going to beat him up. He toys me so bad, Andy.
Really?
No, like, puts me in a pretzel, smacks the back of my head, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, just like all these badass wrestlers in UFC, when they get on the back of your head and they smack you to toy with you. And he choked me out, let me go, put me back in a chokehold, let me go. I'm crying at this point, Andy. I'm the baddest motherfucker. I'm like literally crying. These girls are crying.
You mess with the wrong guy.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? He embarrassed me so bad. He let me up. Like, get the fuck out of here, kid. I go home. The girl's like, Cam, can we pamper you? I'm like, I'm sucking my fucking thumb in the room and I'm curled up in a fucking ball. Get away from me for 18 hours.
No, that'll humble you real quick.
18 hours.
Yeah.
I got into boxing.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. You never know who that person is on the other side. Especially at a bar like that.
You pussy. You find a guy with cauliflower.
The most innocent looking guy may be the biggest badass.
If a guy looks at you, I could look at you in your fucking eyes right now and tell you if you're a fucking warrior or not. Yeah. I'm looking at you right now, Andy, and I'm like, you're certainly not. I'm looking at my engineer right now. You're certainly not. But I look at that motherfucker.
And look at me again.
You're certainly not. And I look at that guy, and he's got blown up fucking ears, and he's got scars over his head. And I'm like,
well, then you know.
I'm like, get out of here. He's going to put me in a pretzel. Anyway, don't fuck up. You're not tough. Just remember that. Unless you train like you can't, you ain't tough. Okay. Don't fight people at bars. It's embarrassing. Girls don't like it anyway.
Did you shovel your driveway over the weekend? Did you shovel your driveway?
Fuck no.
You don't do that?
I went for a walk, Andy.
Oh, yeah, you did go for a walk. I got your videos. You're just taking like little leisure. I like that you're getting outside and getting outdoors a little bit. It's been a while since you've done that.
Andy, I'm jacked as fuck right now. I'm not playing. I'm 230. I'm fucking jacked. I need to get cut up though. And this is the bottom line. Poor Kate, my wife, hasn't like worked out in a long time. She used to swim when she worked in Clayton and shit. She swam and did this when she owned her own house, and now we live together. So she's not on her routine. We walked yesterday for like 5 miles. Walked around like, yeah, what's up, baby? Boom, boom, boom. Then I did push-ups. Then I do shit in my basement. I'm like, fuck this shit. I need to look jacked again. I'm done with it. I'm depressed. I love my house, but I am not working out. I need to get going.
No, you got to work out. You know why?
Oh my God,
not just for your physicality, man. It's for your mental state of mind.
Everything, dude. If you look at yourself in the mirror,
it's for your mental state of mind. You got to be active. Once you let yourself go, dude, it's too late.
No, it's not too late.
It can be.
It's not too late. Don't do it for so long like I did. I got so sick of working out after playing. I'm like, I did 5 times a day.
That's because working out for you was a job. Like you had to do it.
Thank you.
And it's kind of like, when it's a job and it's required, it's mentally taxing, and you can't wait to get away from that. That's why you see so many athletes. All of a sudden, you're like, damn, he's only been out of the game for a year, and look how overweight he is. Like, I think guys just shut it down.
You do, because you're so sick of it. It's work. So you're like, now I'm doing other work. Why do I need to do this work now? Yeah. So now I'm getting back into it, and I know it's like kind of petty and pussy. Sorry, dudes.
A little bit.
But all these Canadian, you guys all know, like, you guys get it.
They're
like
out in the field.
They're in the field fucking grinding.
Boys. Even those
Minnesota boys, like I don't give a shit.
Ontario boys too.
But I think I can relate to people where you don't do shit for a while, and all of a sudden, like you have to get back into it because if you stay away that long, you're gonna put yourself in such a hole. Yeah. You're gonna be 40 pounds
Wrestlers
away.
are in great condition too, man. Fuck. Their conditioning is second to none.
Time out. And I'm gonna bring in this up right now. He's getting into it. Ty's getting into wrestling.
I could have him get into wrestling. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I hope the fuck so.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Why wouldn't you? There's no concussion problems. He builds his neck up. He walks around. He's in a singlet in front of women and fucking stop it. Andy, I'm dead serious. Okay. No.
Because he's 4 years old, and you said a singlet in front of women.
When he gets when he gets to sixth grade, sixth grade, if he's going to do it at a young age, he's going to be in a singlet.
I got
and you got girls watching you, and it's just like intimidating. So when I did in high school, and I'm intimidated, all the girls watching, I'm like, my penis is tiny.
Well, it gives him that extra. But I'm like, I'm going to fuck
this guy up and show to everybody. And then you walk around school the next day, Andy, when you beat a motherfucker up in front of the whole school, and you walk around like a peacock, like motherfuck. I'm fucking procreating. That's what I'm doing.
Let me say this.
Although I didn't.
Because now that I have a little guy, and like when I was younger, man, like you play everything, right? You play baseball, you play soccer, you play everything.
Yes, you do.
And I know how important that is. And I've always been a big, and other athletes have always said that, hey, man, you just got to play everything. Because that's what teaches you to be an athlete.
Exactly.
But it's harder now than I thought it would be.
Why? Because you're too busy. You're too busy. Andy, you're too busy.
And there's so much commitment that is almost required for one sport nowadays. Like he's 4 years old, he's getting going. Like the schedule is out for like months and months and months. They go like several days a week. It's like
okay, fine.
And you got to get him the private skating coach and all this type of stuff too, just to get him going. I don't know. So like baseball, I got to figure out. Do I get him into baseball? Then how long do you wait to get him into baseball, soccer, everything?
What if he's good at baseball? Time out. Stop. He doesn't need to be good at hockey right off the bat.
I'm with you.
What if he likes fucking baseball? Look, listen to me, man. My parents didn't have any money, and baseball's not expensive. Soccer's
not expensive.
It's not until you travel. So at a young age, at 4...
Baseball's very expensive when they're traveling.
You're not doing it yet.
Yeah.
You're in your little fucking fields, and you go do your thing. Let him dominate. But here's the thing. You said, well, no one's doing this. Well, what are you doing with him? Are you taking his little Ty's corner, which I'm going to make in your motherfucking house? Ty's little corner with my jersey everywhere where he's taking fucking Montes. He's got my fight videos up. He's doing this shit. Like, have that for him. And be like, this is what you do.
We watched the hockey car crashes last night, man. He loves that. He won't go to bed without watching it.
That's a good feeling.
Hockey's biggest hits.
That's a good,
Hockey's car crashes.
Does he want to do this with you? When me and my cousin used to do it back in the day when we watched Rock'em Sock'em and did the hip checks. So we'd be up in my Nana's for Easter in their, the top floor, and we'd hip check each other and fall down, and my uncle would come up like, "What the fuck you guys?"
He likes to have hockey fights, which you saw him do that one day when we were inside the alumni room, right?
Fucking ragdoll.
Oh yeah, he likes to have the hockey fights.
Sometimes got ragdoll back.
Oh yeah,
I told Travis, my buddy, that the other day. I was so cute, and I evaluate Andy. I chirp Andy more than anybody. Okay, everybody knows that. We make money because of it, and I do it because it's easy. But I watched Andy the other day, and we're doing a commercial, and Ty was so cute, and his kids were so cute, and Ty came up and started bagging you up, and you grabbed them by the collar, ripped them down, and goes, and you go, settle down.
That's
and he popped back up, and he walks right over in the corner, and he's like, okay. I'm like, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't have kids, man. I don't get it.
Well, you might.
So I just need to know what you're doing with Ty, because I would have done the same thing, but I just love the kid. I'm sorry.
We had a big...
Anyway.
The local rinks, man. A lot of games going on right now. Parents going at it a little bit,
Fucking psychos.
Parents going at it just a little bit.
If you're time out.
Can I say this to you?
Go ahead.
I gotta explain something.
I got something to say.
Because I'm wondering, do you coach your own kid? Do you not coach your own kid?
You do both.
And then you kind of see what's going on off the ice. You're like, okay, maybe I don't want to be over there.
Okay.
Maybe this is the safe spot to be on the bench.
You're right. So my dad coached me when I was young. And he was hard on me, but not crazy, but he knew I was good. And he's just like, pump me up. I think my dad pumped me up more than he should have at the time, but it worked because I was crazy and I was into it. But if I wasn't into it and my dad pumped me up, I'd be like, people would be like, fuck this fucking kid. But I was into it. So like all the older guys, my brother, because I played up, they're like, we like him. Like he's crazy. Like he's tougher than all of us. Like whatever to get. But you have to have another guy coach your fucking kid and piss him off. And then you have to explain how he's right. Not how he's wrong, but find a way how he's right while he's coaching your kid.
Coaching my own kid is not
I don't give a
easy,
shit. What are you going to do?
It's not easy.
What are you going to do? You're going to coach your fucking kid?
No, you can do it at home.
I'm saying.
But like,
yeah, but you can't. Time out.
In a group setting with a bunch of other kids, you'd rather have the other coaches deal with your kid.
Can I explain something real quick? So my mom and dad were so hardcore with each other. They should have been divorced 50 times. Not because they were monogamous by any means. Mm-hmm. No, I would have noticed that back in the day, dude. I'm not stupid. They didn't, none of that. But the money wasn't there. Mm-hmm. I was a nutbag. My brother was a nutbag. They fought. My dad was out of town.
It's all going to hockey.
It's all going to hockey. It's
stress.
Crazy. They never bashed each other. So my mom and dad would fight so hardcore. Oh, God, it was horrifying. And I'd have to step in at a 10-year-old and be like, fucking shut up. Mm-hmm. Fuck you both. And they'd be like, oh, God. They never, when we had our meetings afterwards, when my mom would take me over or my dad would take me over somewhere, they would never bash each other.
No. You can't do that.
You can't do it.
Can't do that.
And that helped me because they were psychos. Like, you fucking, we're from house.
Yeah, but one's not crushing the other.
No, they're not crushing it. Like, your dad's a fucking dick. And I'm like, no, your dad's the best, but I can't deal with him right now, kind of thing.
All right.
I don't know.
We want to get to Bill Foley.
Sorry.
We like having owners on. And,
yeah, we do.
And like we haven't had Tom Stillman on yet, who's the owner of the Blues, and we will at some point here. You just want to get through the whole COVID thing, whatever.
I need him live.
Exactly. Like a lot of these guys.
Shit.
Like Trent Frederick scores his first NHL goal, man. Like, you know, so happy for these local guys, you know?
Yeah.
And then his dad's all happy, his brothers are happy. Like, I mean, it's just great to see people
cool family
doing good things, you know, and being happy and stuff like that.
They're
it's
so
just,
cool with us too. They look up to us.
Oh,
I
no
love
doubt.
them. So I'll do anything.
Big shout out to Trent Frederick scoring his first
bad boy
ever NHL goal.
Fucking stick somebody too.
And he's fighting guys, you know.
And he's handsome as shit.
And you know what? Some things like you hear like how cool Tom Wilson was with Trent Frederick when they fought, like in the box and on the ice. You know what I mean? Like Tom Wilson didn't have to give Trent Frederick a fight.
No.
And how cool he was with him off the ice, on the ice. You hear some of the stories behind the scenes, man. I love
Tommy was on our podcast,
and we knew. And we're not surprised to hear that about him.
If I would have fought a cat, honestly, and I didn't make that much money by any means, but if I was a big boy like Tom Wilson, if some kid wanted to go, I'm like, you know, fuck this, let's go. Like, I'm going to give you it. And you might catch me with one, but I'm going to give it to you. Because I need it. And then I'd pump your tires up. I don't know.
All right, so Bill Foley, man. This guy is so interesting on so many different levels. I don't even know where to begin. And so you got to excuse us because like the interview kind of goes a little bit all over, but we had to.
It's a billionaire.
Like, this guy, and listen, we probably could have kept him for another hour and a half, you know, but you want to be respectful, like, and you don't want to keep him too long. But he was so patient, so good with us.
Awesome.
I think people are going to love this interview. If you truly look at it for what it is and you say, wow, this guy's a billionaire who has been in the NHL for a handful of years, and you look at what he's done with his franchise in such a short period of time. It really is miraculous what he's been able to do.
How about just like...
And how he goes about running his business.
How about this? How about your mom and dad not being very successsul, but being... military and having a ranch.
He had a lot of entrepreneurs or something going on his mom's side.
Well, his dad,
they invented stuff.
They all knew people because they just knew people. They were smart people. Yeah. And all of a sudden he took advantage of that and he met his dad's buddies and his dad's buddies loved him. And they're like, okay, well, we want this guy to sell this for us to Boeing or whatever the fuck it is.
He was doing that when he was in the Air Force after he went to law school.
Okay, imagine you at 20, 21 years old, 19, 20, 21 years old.
Negotiating those deals.
And you're in the stock market making $50,000 a week. Like, I wouldn't even know. No. People were telling me at the stock market when I was making money at 21. And I'm like, what the fuck? I want pussy. Like, what? Where's the vagina at? Like,
that's what you were investing in?
Everything. And my dick couldn't get hard because of other things, but it is what it is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, well. And Bill may have wanted to hear about that.
I didn't tell him that. I'll tell him.
You should have shared that with him next time, you know?
Yeah, thank God I was addicted to things because I would have probably got a lot of girls pregnant.
But what impressed you the most, though, about him? Before we get to the interview.
Down to earth? He's down to earth, Andy. I'll tell you that right now. He's down to earth. Like, I could be like, dude, what is it like when you fucking, like, I want to talk to him more. Like, what are your toys? Like, are you happy? Like, are you fucking, when you're a billionaire and you have everything, you have private jets, you have your wife, you have this, that, and the other, You have your team.
You ever have
are you happy?
You ever have a bad day?
Like what's
a bad day like for you?
Well, he loses money. Mm-hmm. So it's all about money.
Yeah.
Is it everything about when you wake up in the morning, you look at your shit. So when we wake up, Andy, we look at the Twitter and we're like, what's the biggest news? So we could talk about it to make money. Mm-hmm. So for him, it's like, what's making me money all day? Every fuck day.
Well, because he's 75 and he's not stopping, right? He's still like buying businesses and having these like acquisitions.
Is it for your kids? What are they doing?
I know.
What are your kids doing? I should ask them that.
Probably the head of the amateur scouting.
Oh, they're probably disasters or whatever.
Who knows?
No, seriously. Like, are your kids taking
Probably
them?
not.
So are you?
He's military, man. I'm sure they're pretty successful.
Totally. Maybe not. But the point is, like, are you saving all your money to live maybe a lesser life to give to your fucking kids that don't get the fucking game? Like, how does that work?
He's not living a lesser life, though.
Listen to me. What if he saved $100 million for his kids, and his kids are this fucking jerk doing whatever the fuck?
Well, who knows?
I don't know.
But he just bought like a $24 million house in California. He's like building a brand new house in Vegas, just sold like a $10 million house in Vegas.
Give all that
he's
money
got the homes in Kauai.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like he's got the ranch in Montana.
Do you give all that money?
Crazy.
I know. Do you give all that money to your fucking kids? Like when you're that rich, are you looking at your kids and evaluating them and being like, you are a fucking disaster. You're good. You're that.
Equally.
Like, how does that? We should ask them that.
Yeah, you divide it up equally.
That was on you.
Listen, when we go out to the cabin, we'll talk to him about that.
I know.
Privately.
Like, what do you?
And we'll let you know what he says.
How do you divvy up your money? Why do we? God damn. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna get it back. Trust me. We love the billionaires, huh? Don't we?
Oh my God. Why wouldn't you?
Who else does? Who else gets these fucking billionaires on? Let's be honest.
I don't know, but like they're interesting to talk to.
You get the big boys.
I like talking to people who are successful.
Thank you.
And what makes them successful,
especially military.
I like picking their brain.
Crazy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, dude.
You know.
You're a fucking
and he even talks about here, which is interesting. Like he doesn't even feel like he's part of the club with the NHL owners, and he doesn't want to be. He's like,
I said, I'm like, you look at everybody's successful in their own way. Mm-hmm. You did it the right way, and you're military.
Yeah, I know.
You should walk in like a fucking big dick peacock.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I think he does.
Sorry,
but he just doesn't want to go. He's got other things to do.
Like,
he's got to he's got to attend pro scouting meetings.
Like,
and
this
stuff.
is my secondary.
He goes to all the meetings. No, he's there like every day though at the office.
But like, for him, it's like if this doesn't work out, like
he doesn't go on the road though. He's not staying in the hotels.
If this doesn't work out with the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm probably okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No shit.
I think so.
Well, that's the
and he also needs fans in the building, just like every other owner.
Shit.
Doesn't matter how much money.
Like Tommy does.
Doesn't matter how much money you have. No one's into losing money. I can tell you that.
Well, we're in NHL ownerships. Yeah. We're not in NBA.
Nobody made $1 billion by losing a shit ton of money.
We're not.
Yeah, the TV deal's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
you got to make money.
It's fan generated.
Thank you.
It's a attendance generated business.
Why they have 2,000 there? They should have fucking 10,000. They're all spread apart. Mm-hmm. Another thing too is like I wear masks everywhere.
Well, you can have 10% of fans apparently in Vegas, and I think he was like, "Well, that gives me 1,800 fans.
Just don't even
that doesn't do it for me.
It costs me more money to bring those fans in." So here's another thing too: is like when we're watching the Winter Classic or whatever it was, the outdoor game, and like Olchek doesn't have a mask on, and I could hear him talk, and all of a sudden you get a guy that's in front of a fire. I can't see who he is. And he has a mask on.
He got a lot of airtime, too.
Just listen to me, though. But, like, why you have a mask on when there's no one around you, and then the other two guys don't have a mask on, and I want everybody to wear a mask, but if no one's around you, it's like, I can't hear what the fuck you're saying.
You want us to make sense of that? That's impossible.
It's ridiculous. But why are they there, and then he's not? But
dude, we don't even get it.
Okay,
we
fine.
Don't get it.
But my point is, I can't hear what the fuck you're fucking saying.
Can I see your mouth move?
You fuck. Take your fucking mask off. No one's around you. But I wear my mask everywhere, just so everybody knows.
Yes, you do.
But it's like, no one's over. I need to hear what the fuck you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could hear him.
I couldn't hear him. I had to put up the fucking 90. I have surround sound. I'm wealthy. 90. I'm like fucking Bill Foley.
Hey, but like the Blues have fans, and it does make a difference. Just having a little bit of fans.
No, it doesn't.
But the experience of being a fan and attending a game isn't the same. That's what the difference is.
No, the difference is the 2,000 people experience it. But the ownership group doesn't get fuck out of that. Nobody gets anything out of that.
No, but what I'm saying is,
it's the experience.
I think the experience for a fan,
it's fine.
It's not the same now as it normally would be. Like, you got to take a drink and put that mask back on between drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to eat, take a bite, put a mask back on.
I think here's the deal. having 2,000 fans helps out the fans more than it helps out the ownership group. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and I think the ownership
You get
group,
my drift?
Yeah, but they love they value the fans so much they want to give
Why not
the minimum number of fans they can have, whatever they're allowed to have.
Why
they want to get these fans in the building.
No one's even walking around each other.
They don't choose that.
I know they don't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Why 2,000?
The health authorities.
Put 10,000
and they're being evaluated like every game in an effort to get more fans. And the hope is, Cam, by the time you get to the playoffs, hey, maybe you can have 9, 10, 11,000 fans in the building.
Like 2,000's it?
Well, no, they're going to keep building off of that.
Well, it helps, but they're not doing it yet. It's been 2,000.
No, they did. No, it was 1,400, then they build up to like 2,200, whatever it was.
Andy, you can put 10,000 in there.
Of course you can.
And be okay.
But they don't have the freedom just to do whatever they want.
Now, again,
right?
I'm just saying, I wear a mask every fucking wear. And if I didn't, people would take pictures of me and they'd fucking post it. I do. But I'm just saying, if you're going to do that and wear a mask, it's like have 10,000 in there. Why have 2,000? No one's even touching each other.
You're speaking to the city and the health authorities. It's not the team.
I don't know.
I don't know who.
No, not the team.
Okay.
No, the team has nothing to do with it.
The team doesn't get to say, hey, this is how many fans.
Andy, no shit.
Okay.
Dude.
Making sure people understand.
Yeah, no shit. No, it's the health department. And I don't want to rip them either because I'm like,
no, man,
I don't know.
I don't know how they came up with the numbers.
Hey, how about you guys text us and let us know? What do you think? Am I wrong? Please. I'll admit if I'm wrong.
All right, let's get to episode number 117 with Bill Foley. Yeah. Brought to you by CarShield and CarShield.com. Mention the promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%.
Get laid.
That's embarrassing. Listen, it's really tough to even read.
It's not embarrassing if
it's
you get laid.
It's very tough. 800-857-2481. Hey, you get to pick out where you want to take your car to get service, too. Pick out your own mechanic. We don't talk about that enough. Pick out your own mechanic. Take it to wherever you want to take it to. So if something goes down in your car, hey, man, protect yourself. Don't get stuck with thousands and thousands of dollars coming out of your pocket. 800-857-2481, carshield.com. All right, Bud Light Seltzer. Lemonade is bold, it's bubbly, and it's back, and it's in a relationship officially with Mango.
Are they banging?
They are together. They say they're not. They try to play it off. I saw them this weekend together, just like, and like the paparazzi's running after them.
Is it on Pornhub yet?
It might be. It might be.
I'm watching.
You would know better than
Actually,
I would.
Kate
if it's
and I
on
both
there.
are going to watch that together.
Yeah. Oh, would you watch it together?
With those two are going at it? Because otherwise, I'm like, can we watch porn? She's like, no. Can we just make love together?
But like, Mango and Lemonade together, that is just a different experience.
It's the sexiest thing in the goddamn world. I mean,
well, less than a gram of sugar.
In front of us now?
5% alcohol, 100 calories. Bud Light Seltzer, man, is unquestionably good. Don't forget about the variety pack, too. They got all types of flavors. I mean, they got the cranberry, the grapefruit,
mango,
pineapple, strawberry, like we mentioned. And now, of course, with the new bold and bubbly.
If you say mango like
lemonade,
I do, you're pretty cool. So if you do that and you know how to say mango, like if you're around your wife, like you're probably going to get laid. You're probably going to get laid. Or a reach around.
That's just like a word.
You're able to go like booze by yourself, and
it's
she won't fuck with you.
It's like a code word that you would use in the house.
Say, hey girl, mango.
No, I just text it. I text it to my wife throughout the day. I'll just say mango.
Like, that's what,
and she knows what that means.
That's what I do on a Facebook post. I put an American flag out, just like I like you or cool.
I put a mango.
But now it's going to be mango.
Yeah. I do a little lemonade sometimes too. Just to try to mix. It's bold, it's bubbly, but mango is what I typically go with.
Yeah, they care about that with you.
Yeah,
for sure. I put it out there, and they fucking love it. They know what's up.
No doubt about it. All right, Bellman.com. Man, this is so interesting because we're getting close to the spring. I look at a day like today, I'm like, wow, this is the perfect day to go down to Bellman and just hang out. Maybe have a little bit of sushi, see what's going on there.
They have sushi there,
well,
too?
Yeah, they do. And see what kind of new cars they have with the Cadillac, the Buick, the GMC. Great day for a GMC. It's not just for the cold weather, man, but they look beautiful when they're washed and clean. A Jeep would be perfect today. It's amazing to see the sun out. And that's across the street in Troy, Missouri with the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They got the pink two-door small tire Jeep with flames on the side. You got flames on the side.
Oh, fuck you.
And you have a personalized license plate. Can
I have a vagina off the back?
Oh, pitch? Hanging?
I
don't think you need to do that.
Okay,
that's not very classy. I don't think it's very classy to do that.
I'm asking.
I don't know what you guys do down there
I'm just saying.
Franklin County.
I don't like the ball sack.
I've never seen one of those. I've never seen one of those.
A ball sack?
Nah, hanging from a car.
They're
never.
There. Oh, they're there.
I've never seen one.
They reach out to you. They're like, hey, I'm here.
Just swinging around.
Swinging around here. I'm pretty big.
It's one of those days. Hey, if you have a used car that's been sitting in your garage or you're driving it and you say, you know what, I don't want this car anymore, Bellman will buy it. They want to buy it from you right now, so get in there. All right, keepithandsome.com. We're just sending packages out left and right. Have you checked out the new hats? Keepithandsome.com. Check out the new Cam and Strick Podcast hats. New right now on the keepithandsome.com website. So go there today. Look at the new hats. They're beautiful. They fit great, and they'll get it out to you. I know for some of the Canadian listeners out there especially that buying one from the candid.com website was expensive because of the shipping and all that. Dude, you don't have to now. Get one of these hats from the keepithandsome.com website, and especially if you're in Canada, man, it'll save you a lot of money with the shipping. And Americans obviously hook it up too and get one of those as well. Yeah. Get the shampoo, get the conditioner. I use the beard moisturizer. Sexy. I use it all over the place, Cam. Yeah, I put it on before I go to bed sometimes too. Before I do my sleep spray.
Why are you wasting beard moisturizer?
Yeah, I don't waste it.
Fucking beard.
Put the head balm on too.
All these Canadian boys are like, fuck this guy. Give me that fucking shit.
Oh, they can have it too. Get the bundle, dude.
Bad boys
Get the bundle.
They're bad boys up there, man. They're like fucking like doing shit.
Makes you feel your face feel good though, like when it's going into the cold air also. Keepithandsome.com. I may use some during our next break when we take a break here. I put it in my bag. I bring it with me. I take it everywhere I go.
Grow a goddamn beard out, and then we'll talk about it. Seriously.
Get the beard moisturizer. Get it today from keepithandsome.com. All right, when I drive black tie. Today's a great day to drive black tie too. Got the Porsche going. People just look at the red light, and they just look to you like, oh, who's that driving the Macan S?
And you roll your window like, I'm Andy Strickland. Hi, I do Fox Sports. No, you had a cool moment the other night, though. You're hanging out the bays. They jump in the fucking
jump in the Porsche.
They're like, whoa, where'd you get this bad boy? I'm like, what's up? I'm a fucking pimp. Ellie's a fucking badass girl, too,
yes, she is. Yes, she is.
I don't want to chirp Dylan, though, because Ellie's
why are you chirping Dylan?
No, I didn't chirp Dylan. He's totally cooler than you. So Ellie's the coolest.
Ellie's cooler than you.
Totally. I'm cooler than you.
Then me, then Dylan, then you. No, that's the way it goes. That's the rankings.
Ellie, Dylan, me, you.
No, that's not the rankings.
The fuck down.
No, you're fourth. You are fourth
Ellie's
out
badass.
of there.
She's a cool chick,
yes,
man.
She is.
This is totally cool.
And she's got new stuff, too, man.
Dylan looks like he's fucking Jared Leto.
And this guy who creates all the Instagram posts, like, he's just got more, like, gadgets and, like, tech-savvy stuff.
I love it.
Like, he's like the brains behind the business. From a digital standpoint, they got a big staff over there. But check out the cars, man.
Nice, Andy. I'm getting a fucking badass.
You need to download the Dry Black Tie app. It's that simple. Pick out the fleet of car that you're looking at, and then you just call up Dylan. You get the deal done, which is very simple. And then you go to your app every day and you say, "Hey, do I want this car, that car?" Like they'll drop it off for you. It really is amazing. Convertible. Today's a convertible day. It feels like it's 75.
Andy hung out with a bunch of like big dogs the other day, and they all jumped in his Porsche, and he's cruising around. Went to a couple restaurants. Like you thought you were a big dick. That's cool. You were though that night. That's cool.
Was that night?
You were there. All the bodies hanging out.
We're just driving black tie. No, we had a good time. Though.
No, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. Always fun, man.
Pump it up, baby.
I miss that. I mean, that's more of a regular occurrence, like in everyday life, and now it's like such a luxury.
I chirp you, but no, you're right.
It's such a luxury to hang out and have a good time.
Andy will grind it all night long with like Fox Sports and this and that, and then he'll hang out with all the guys, and he'll text me the next day and say he hung out with all the guys. But
my wife gets pissed.
Your wife gets pissed
because she loves having a good time as much as anybody.
I get mad at you too because you're like, dude, we hung out. Fucking, I'm like, fuck. I wasn't invited out. I don't work for Fox Sports.
But like, my wife just wants to be out of the house, like not be home with the kids all the time. It's just hard right
you gotta
now.
do your thing, man.
I know.
With that stupid sweater you got on.
This is made out of like alpaca.
What are you wearing?
No, the guy.
I just noticed that.
No, the guy from Bespoke, David Corbett.
Is he cool? Oh, David Corbett. I went to school with him.
Dude, no, this is a different David Corbett. He's way older, and he used to make
Eureka
like suits for Muhammad Ali. Still does for like Deion Sanders.
And you look like you're living in the 70s. It's all good. I'll
this is made out of like alpaca. Is it alpaca?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's like an animal.
It doesn't matter.
I probably have him in my backyard. I've had a lot of wildlife actually over the course of the weekend.
My shit's fucking from unicorns and shit. So you're good, man. Alpaca.
So he talked me into the green. He gave me a couple different colors. I'm not a big sweater guy,
I'm evaluating you right now. Your jeans are tight as fuck. Well, you got stupid fucking...
Yeah, but these
like you got concrete. Fucking,
I don't wear these boots too often, but
Andy's
I did today because it was kind of
listen to me
snowy.
right now, all you guys from fucking Canada and out of Base. Andy's wearing these fucking concrete boots like he's working outside.
Oh hell yeah!
You don't do shit.
This is what I wear when the
no, motherfucker.
When the ground's wet.
You
There's
got
puddles.
tight fucking jeans on. You got concrete working boots on.
Fucking right.
You don't know shit.
I'll stomp something today with these boots on. Feel a little tougher.
And then you got a green. What's wrong with you today? Dude, you had a good interview, man. You were really good with fucking Billy Foley. Like, you're awesome.
The shoes weren't on earlier.
You look like a fucking
idiot. Switched into them.
You look like you're like working on shit, but you're not.
But I am.
What are you working on?
A number of things.
Coming in the fucking house?
Number of things.
Blay coming in the house after freezing to death? Like,
okay, let's get to Bill Foley.
My bad.
And then we'll talk a little bit about the boots on the other side, okay?
Okay.
Bill Foley, man, he puts his work boots on, dude, every single day.
Entrepreneur, man.
Makes it happen.
American dream.
Enjoy this one from the Vegas Golden Knights owner,
those
Bill
boots.
Foley on the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Hello.
Bill.
Gee, the American dream.
Do you go by William or Bill? We want to make sure
you?
we're saying this the right way here, Bill.
What do we call you, man? What do we call you?
Yeah, just Bill.
That's what we're going to call you. Hey, we just hit record and we just go. So where are you at now? Are you still like hanging out in Lake Tahoe looking at the ice, or are you back in your California home just
where are you at, Florida?
Just relaxing? He's in Cali.
No, we left Tahoe yesterday afternoon or yesterday morning and flew over to Healdsburg, Northern Cal, where I have my wine businesses. So this is wine week. I've got to go and see what these characters have been up to while I've been.
What does that mean,
6
though?
months.
What does that mean, though? So wine week, you go there, the weather's where it needs to be. You got to check on your 16 different wineries you got out there. Like how do you do that, though?
Delegate. I'm a great delegator, and I try and pick good people to manage businesses. Check in with them periodically, on telephonically or Zoom calls. And then I just haven't been here in so long. I came up here. I was in Northern Cal for a couple of weeks before we did our draft, our amateur draft. And we did that at Rock Creek in Montana. And then we did all of our pro scouting meetings because the trade deadline was right after the draft. And then I came, that was the last time I was here. So that was like in October 4th. Which is pretty pathetic.
So listen, of all your spots, because you've got the spot there in wine country, which we're coming out, by the way, just so we should have done the interview there.
Andy,
Bill.
I'm going to tell him that at the end of it.
We should have done the interview there. But
we'll talk
of all your
that.
homes, though, like Vegas, you got the ranch in Montana. There you are in California. If you could pick one spot, like during the pandemic and whatnot, like when you just, picked your location to hunker down in, where are you choosing there, Bill?
Kauai.
Ooh.
North Shore of Kauai.
I know.
We've got a great place over there. It's we've got about 20 acres. It's on a cliff overlooking the ocean, so it's not.
Lord.
So the beach access is not very good. But it's we look at the Kilauea Lighthouse. So we're in Kilauea on the North Shore, right by Princeville, and there's nothing to do except you can get up and walk and work out. And if you want to go to the beach and go swimming, you can. I don't surf anymore. And then a lot of good little restaurants to go to at night. So it's really relaxing. It's the best.
Don't they call it the Island of the Gods though? Like Kauai?
Because
I lived in Maui and Kauai, then they call it like the Island of the Gods, or there's something about Kauai that separates itself from the other islands.
Island of volcanoes?
I don't know if they're active volcanoes or not. There may be.
I don't think they are.
It's so green and lush, and it rains a lot. So this time of year, it's raining a lot. But the rain, it says 80% chance of rain on the weather forecast, but it really isn't. It's like it rains hard for about 20 minutes, and then it clears up, and then 5 hours later, you might get another squall that comes through. So it's not like it's just raining all the time.
Almost like a monsoon. Almost like a monsoon there, like in Arizona.
Yeah, pretty much. It just comes and goes, but it comes and goes every day.
So what do you do? So you're on a big cliff top, so you have no access to the beach, but you could see it. So do you have like a little trail that goes down? You got like a little Polarises that cruise down the beach. So if you have family in town, like how does that access work?
Well, we have access to the beach, but it's about it's 580 steps. So it's and it's not an easy trail to go up and down. So I'm working on getting that improved. But I do have another way to the beach that's down at the end of Calpea Road, that we go through a development, and we have actually paved access to the beach. And so I have a ranger, and if we want to go down and have a glass of wine or split a bottle of wine on the beach in the late afternoon, we go down there and drive out on the beach, and no one else can really get out there. All the beaches are called secret beach, and there's only one access point for the public, and it's really difficult.
And if they come out there, or you like get the hell out of here, or like what do you do?
Okay. No, I don't care. No,
come on,
doesn't bother me.
Who you kidding?
Bill's too nice. Bill's too nice.
He's a good guy.
Okay, but listen, you mentioned all your businesses. You delegate, and is that about your military background? Like, and how important is that to you? And what are you looking for before you delegate and you name somebody in charge of one of your businesses? What characteristics stand out to you, Bill?
Well, team players. So my Army background is all about multitasking, team players. It's all about team. You wear your name on the front of the jersey, not the back, and that's how we structured our hockey team. It's the same theories. And then I normally, if I'm involved in a new business like I am now with a couple of these acquisitions we're making, I usually dive in deep and try and get to know all the people that are at the company and understand them and meet with them and have dinner with them and really get to know them. And then normally I can find the one or two individuals that are really, really strong and maybe have been overlooked during their career because they're quieter, but they're just performers, and they work hard and give you 150% every day. And so I make mistakes, and if I make a mistake, I try and understand it, figure it out, and we make a change. And we don't allow a mediocre performance to persist. We make changes. So that's how I run all these businesses. And so I have great people working really with me. And as the company matures, then I step out. I go from being president, CEO, to maybe being CEO, to executive chairman, to chairman, and then adios. I'm out of there. I'm on to the next deal.
Yeah, but how did you learn this trade though? Like, okay, you grew up in Texas. Your parents were farmers. Were they very intelligent, and did they teach you the business side of everything? Like, how the hell did you go from step by step and know all this shit?
Well, I don't think I'm that smart. That's the number one criteria.
I don't know about that.
But my mom was really bright. Her whole side of the family were all entrepreneurs, and they were always either inventing something, buying something, and so my genes, really my management genes came from my mom. And then when I went to West Point, they really develop leaders, and you go in there in the first year, they take everything away. You have nothing. And over the next 3 years, you earn little things back every year. And finally, when you're a firstie, you're basically God. But you've been through this training that teaches you how to delegate, how to multitask, how to think outside the box, and how to survive on no sleep, and you're up for days at a time, and so I attribute really my success to my West Point experience. That's where it came from.
So all right, so tell us about how you grew up though. Like, do you view yourself as a self-made billionaire? Like, did you grow up with money? Did you have advantages with your family? Like, what was life for you growing up compared to how you're living now? Like, is it night and day?
Oh yeah, my dad was a career Air Force officer, so he flew C-47s in World War II in North Africa and Sicily, and he stayed in the Air Force, and so we either lived on a base and the housing was fine, it was a nice middle class existence, or if we lived off post or off base, then we lived in a very middle class neighborhood. I always went to public schools. I never went to a private school. Oh. They always tried to make me self-sufficient. They've never asked me if I'd studied, if I did my work or so on. They just assumed I did. And then when I came back with my grades, they said, well, that was good, but we expect more.
Yeah, but how much more do you expect if you got into West Point though? Like, how'd you know, like going through school like that and having your parents do what they do, they're not really telling you about the basics of education and things like that. So all of a sudden you get into West Point. Like, how does that happen?
Well, first I didn't want to go. I was fooling around. My dad was stationed at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, and we lived in a little town called Clinton, Maryland.
Yeah.
And I was fooling around, applying to various colleges, kind of a really half-assed way. I mean, I wasn't very intelligent about what I was doing. But my downside case was always the University of Maryland because we were Maryland residents. But my goal was really to go to William and Mary because it's about 65% girls.
Oh, yeah.
And I managed to get it's not really a scholarship there because it's not a FBS school, but they got me a scholarship and I was going to play football. I thought this could be nothing better than playing football at William and Mary in that kind of great spot.
With 65%,
65%, baby. You're sticking cats that night. Damn right.
But then my dad told me, he said, well, how are you going to pay for it? I said, well, I thought you might help. He said, no, we can't afford it. So then I was really going to be stuck. And I said, well, I'm just going to go to Maryland, University of Maryland. He said, well, how are you going to pay for that? I don't know exactly. I guess I have to figure it out. And I had an uncle who was a state senator in Washington. My dad's side of the family is from Washington. And he called him up and said, can Billy get in a service academy? And this was late. I was beyond the deadline because I never contemplated going to a military academy. And I got an appointment as a fourth alternate at West Point. So that means there was a principal and three guys in front of me. And I went out. I went to Fort Meade, and we went through you do 2 days worth of testing to make sure you're mentally and physically fit, I guess. And so I did fine. I got through everything. And the principal broke his wrist, so he was out. The first alternate flunked the mental aptitude test, so he was out. The second alternate flunked the physical aptitude test, so he was out. And the third alternate flunked the mental aptitude test, and I was in. I don't know if it's ever happened.
So it was meant to be, Bill. That's meant to be.
No shit.
So that's interesting. So that's how you ended up at West Point. Okay, so let me ask you this: you're successful, obviously, billionaire. And now you get into the NHL, and you're in a room full of other people, some billionaires, some people who may not be as wealthy as you. Like, how do you coexist with all the owners? Like, what was your impression of them, and what do you think their impression of you is?
I don't think I'm really part of the club, to be honest with you. I've never had I've met many of the owners. I haven't even met them all, but I've met many of the owners. I generally don't go to the Board of Governors meetings unless it's convenient in an area where it's pretty close. I can go there and. Or it's really important. If Gary has called me and said, we want you at this meeting, then obviously I go. So I'm not really close to the owners. Vinny Viola and I are friends because he went to West Point. And a couple of the owners, Jeff Vinnick and I have spoken a number of times and have spent a little bit of time together. But beyond that, it's not relevant to me. What's relevant to me is helping to put together a great hockey team that we can win the Stanley Cup. That's all I'm trying. That's my only goal.
And hanging out with us.
Yeah, there you go. So why do you think you're not part of the club, though? Outside of maybe you choosing not to be part of the club, and you think maybe there's jealousy there from some of the other owners because you come in, it's Vegas,
military,
bright lights, and you guys are winning right off the bat.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's jealousy. I just haven't been around them much, so they don't know much about me or much of me, and I'm not taking the time to. Spend a lot of time on NHL matters. I see Gary and I are very friendly, and he always compliments me and tells me what a great job I'm doing. We did it at Vegas, and we put on a terrific show, pregame and between periods show, and so I just don't think I'm known to him, and I'm not that outgoing. So
yeah, but you're military, dude. Like you walk into a meeting. No matter who you're going against, like you've been in the military, like your dad was, like, don't you have that extra confidence walking in? And don't people respect you a little bit more because of that?
Well, really, the meetings with the NHL other owners, there's usually a dinner the night before with wives or just guys, and then we have the meeting the next day. And the way the meetings run, it's the commissioner's show. He has the agenda. They're talking about lots and lots of different things, and some of the things I'm not that interested in. So
like what? No. Like what?
All the
Minutia.
Minutia. I try and stay away from the minutia.
Yeah.
So
okay, but let me ask you this.
And now we haven't had meetings now because of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a meeting, so that's good for me. That means I don't have to feel guilty about not going.
All right, so let me ask you this:
want you to go,
what's your approach as an NHL owner, like versus running your businesses? How involved are you? Are you truly making decisions? And if they want to do something, like if George says, "Do you want to do this?" or Kelly says, "I want to do this," and you say, "No, I don't want to do that. We're moving on from this guy," or whatever. How involved are you on the day to day?
Well, my office is next to Kelly. It's one down from George. I go to all the amateur scout meetings that I possibly can go to. I go to all the pro scout meetings. I'm there for the 4 or 5 days before the trade deadline, when everyone was all just kind of sitting around waiting for something to happen. They come to me with their proposals on who to trade, what to do, what we're going to get, what we're not going to get. And the first couple of years, I just listened because I didn't know the business. As a kid, I played hockey, but I didn't know the hockey business. And now I've learned a little bit more, and so I'm a little more involved. But I try and let the guys in charge. They've been delegated the authority and the responsibility to make the decisions. And it's only on maybe trades that I start having some input. But I try and be careful about it, because they have their job to do. But they talk to me. They talk about their ideas, and if I particularly don't like one of their ideas, I say, I don't think I can do that. I just don't know if that works for me. And that's kind of the way I get involved with on the hockey side.
Well, what's the difference? Go ahead.
I love what we did, because normally if I buy a company, I've got to work with what's the people that are there and their systems, and I have to make changes to improve the business. But on the hockey side, I had a blank sheet of paper, and so I hired all these guys. Started with George, and then on the business side with Kelly, or with Kerry Buboltz, and I was involved with the Kelly decision and the Kelly hiring. And I met, I know all the scouts. I know all the directors of scouting and so on. I know them. We're all first name basis. So I got to really help create a different kind of organization, one that is just totally focused on team and helping each other, and no jealousy. We have plenty of egos, but we try and keep everything in check, and it's worked out. I believe we have a really unique team, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
You should be.
All right, so you fired Gerard Gallant, right? He was a coach first year. You guys go to the final. That's one of the first headline decisions you had to make, besides bringing players in and out and maybe signing some guys and making some trades. The Mark Stone trade, Pacioretty, some of these other guys. But when you fire a coach, is that your call? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? Like break that down for us. How'd that work out?
Well, really, it was a decision. It was a collective decision, I would say, that was made over a period of time. And Turk is a great guy. He wasn't what with our particular situation, needed to take us to the promised land, and it became clear that he was not going to do that for us. He may do it for somebody else, though. It easily could, and because he's a genuine person. He's real basic. He's a great hockey player. The players love him because he's really a player's coach. But in our system, what we were trying to create, he wasn't, after about a year and a half or but whatever period of time, we all knew he wasn't the right fit.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview.
So can I change topics a little bit with the Vegas Golden Knights? I'm curious on when were you okay? So I'm looking at your timeline. I actually doing research on you was actually very, very entertaining, to be honest with you. I read a bunch of articles and things like that. And so my point is, when you started to become successful, like when did it hit you big? You bought the company, you worked there for a bit, you bought it over. Like when did you know then, things are starting to come easy for me. Things are coming in. And of course, you always have to look far ahead and be able to balance yourself and things like that. So what year was it when you started to really make money and become successful?
Well, I was always pretty successful, probably not recognized, and always I felt a little bit like an outsider in my early business career. It wasn't really didn't come from wealth, didn't come from had a good background. I mean, I went to West Point and I got an MBA from Seattle U, and I went to law school at University of Washington, which is really a terrific educational institution. But I was always an entrepreneur. And so sometime in maybe 15 years ago, something like that, 18 years ago, we started doing some larger transactions, and I started making some pretty good, had some pretty good paydays. And that's when I sort of figured out that I was, maybe I should just be working on deals and putting transactions together and then putting management teams together to run the businesses. And that's kind of what I've been doing I've been done it my whole career, but now I do it in lots of different contexts. And I'm fortunate. I'm a multitasker.
There you go. Hey,
we're going to hire you for the podcast.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, so how does running a professional sports team translate to running your other businesses? Like, are they the same? Do you look at hockey as a small business compared to some of the other businesses, like your wineries and some of the other stuff you have going on?
No, it's kind of home base for me now. That's what I do. And some of the recent transactions that we've been working with special purpose acquisition corporations, SPACs. So those are they're taking some time now. But if we hadn't had the pandemic and we hadn't had COVID and we weren't shut down, I just would have kept on doing hockey because that's what I was spending all my time on. We live in Vegas. We go there for preseason, and we stay until the end, until however long we go, and maybe take a little bit of time when the team's on the road, because I don't normally travel with the team when they're away. I don't like to sleep in different hotel every night.
Yeah, neither do I. Especially those nasty Ritz-Carltons. I can't take it anymore.
Or how about Motel 6 every night? That's all you can get.
When was the last time you stayed in like a bad hotel?
Or flew Southwest.
Or actually flew commercial.
Yeah, I've been doing that lately.
Commercial,
have you?
No, I stopped. We're fortunate. We've got a couple of airplanes in some of the companies, so I get to fly.
Well, like our Aero Charter, where you you have the executive, so you can pick out what plane you want depending on how many people you travel with, or do you own your own?
No, I own my own.
Okay.
I own my own plane.
Oh, sorry, Andy.
He owns a couple. He said.
No, I'm saying, but you could do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't need to explain
all right. So when you're recruiting a player, will you send the plane? Like when you're recruiting Pietrangelo, like will you send your plane to pick him up and bring him back in? And I'm curious, when you show a player who's not familiar with Vegas or the Vegas Golden Knights, what are you showing them? Break down the tour for us, like especially with a guy like Pietrangelo. How did you sell Vegas to him?
Well, he was interested in Vegas, and that was clear. He as a change for him. He did fly out private, but we didn't pay for it. I think that's not. I think that'd be in contravention of league rules.
Yeah.
But we tried to make sure that he saw the town when he got here and understood. So he and his wife came out, and we set him up with a realtor, someone that I've used myself, who's terrific and knows the Summerlin area very well. And he met with obviously George and Kelly. They saw the facilities, saw T-Mobile. And then the Saturday night after he got there, we all had dinner together at my house, and we really had a chance to talk. And because I wanted to make sure that he was a guy that wanted to win, and he'd be a team player, that he was going to be part of the team. And he satisfied me. He's a terrific guy. And he wanted to make sure that I wanted to win. And I believe I satisfied him. So we try and take care of our players in little ways. We try and make sure they have the right doctors. They get introduced to the right schools for whatever their situation is, because all the hockey players have a bunch of kids. Yeah. And we get them set up with dentists. We help them learn their neighborhood and where to shop and where to go, and then they're all kind of bonded together, so they stay together all the time anyway. And then we've created great facilities for them. Our practice facility is as good as it gets. We feed them breakfast and lunch as part of their practice routine. We feed them at pregame meals and postgame meals. We provide free car washes and detailing for all the players.
I've heard all about that.
And he's going to drive out there just for that. He's so cheap.
David Prom was telling me that at your guys' first year, like a month into it. He's like, you won't believe it. I come out after practice and my car's detailed.
Although it doesn't need to be in
like
Vegas.
Scheduled. So, hey, there's no doubt. Like, you take care of your players, and they appreciate that. But let me ask you this, because Nate Schmidt, super popular player inside the room, and you had to move him to sign Pietrangelo. And you understand as well as anybody the idea of team building and team concept. Were you concerned that removing a popular guy who, had a lot of clout inside the room would disrupt any type of team chemistry you guys have created over the course of the last few years?
I was really worried about it. And that was a really difficult decision. And Kelly and George convinced me that Petro was going to be a difference maker for us on our team. And we have our internal video system, and so I watched tons of his games. I just go I can skip shift to shift, so I can jump 2 shifts forward and watch what a guy does. And he is a difference maker, and he's a really good guy. If we could have kept Schmitty and gotten Petro, if we had the cap space, I would have done it in a nanosecond. But unfortunately, Schmitty ended up being the odd man out, which really bothered me because he's such a good guy.
How close are you with the guys, though? Like, you want to take care of them. It's kind of a unique situation. They're kind of on their own in a weird spot, which is just very outgoing. Everybody, a lot of attention. But do you take the guys out for dinner? Do you take them over to your house? Like, how close are you with the guys?
Well, I try and get close, but not intrusive.
Yeah,
is really what so I don't. I really don't play golf with them. A bunch of them are members of the club I belong to now in Summerlin. So I see them and I talk to them. And I know their wives, and we try and do little things for the wives and the guys. But I don't want to be intrusive. I try and if I'm gonna go to dinner with a group of them or see them somewhere, I try and really make sure, is it okay? Yeah. I don't want to impose. And so I'm running that. I'm kind of on that little on that trapeze line, sort of. I'm just trying to do everything I can, but not do too much. I just don't, because I don't want to interfere with them.
We don't play for you, so you can hang out with us all you want.
And while we're talking about players, all right, here we go, Bill. Last year in the bubble, in the summer, Ryan Reaves, he decides not to play, right? He kneels for the national anthem. And you've got the military background, the Army background.
Badass.
And you've got a player now who, like a lot of other athletes have done across sports, he chose to kneel for the national anthem. I'm sure you guys spoke. Tell me about your conversations before that and what your reaction was to it.
Well, when we started the team, I would have been livid. I really would not have been very tolerant. But by the time it happened, I just felt I've decided that it's a matter of self-expression, and if that's what he needs to do to express himself on an area that he's got conviction, then I just stepped aside, and I still have a good relationship with Revo. He and I, he's one that I'm really close to, and I talk to a lot, and we've hung out together a little bit, and so I didn't like it, but I respect his decision to do it, and it didn't affect our relationship at all. So I think that's just kind of the way I felt. I don't know.
I get you, man.
Well, you got to listen. You got to listen to people. Hey, and you know what? It's funny because the guy sitting to my left right now, Cam Jansen, Ryan Reaves took his job here in St. Louis. He forced Cam to get traded.
Well, I'm going to beat him up eventually here. I'm going to go to your training camp. We're buddies now, Billy. Just remember that.
So that's interesting. So the players, obviously, I mean, listen, they got to be able to have that dialogue with the owner and be on the same page and with all that type of stuff. Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy-drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango. With only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. But taking care of your players, like how important is that to you to make sure they're taken care of? Like you mentioned the food and all that type of stuff. Like, is that important to you? And let me ask you this, because you can answer that, but let me get to a better question here. Marc-Andre Fleury, you had the agent come out and put the tweet out with the sword in the back, and we're talking about one of the most popular players in your guys' time there. I mean, he is the face of the Vegas Golden Knights. Did that hurt you personally? Like, how did you handle, soothing that over when there was issues with your star goaltender and another goaltender coming in there, and then the agent obviously creating a big, public controversy, if you will?
Well, I didn't go to the bubble, and I'm glad I didn't. with all that going on. But I've spoken to his agent. I had a long conversation with his agent, just about Flower and how respectful I am of his ability and what he's done in his career. And I had a good talk with him, and I didn't say anything about the cartoon. But then I know Flower and I are pretty close. I mean, I've been around he and his wife, and we've had dinner together. And he knows he can depend on me and rely upon me. And so I didn't get involved in it. Really, I tried to make sure that we kept 2 G1 goalies. That was my goal. I wanted that depth in the goaltender position, even though it really fouled up our cap. We're compliant now because we got a couple of guys hurt, so we're okay. But I thought, and he is the face of the franchise for the fans.
Yeah,
he really, and he's so generous, and he does so many little things that no one even knows about. That he just takes care of people and sees a kid that's sick or in the hospital, and suddenly there's a donation, and it might even be anonymous, but a lot of us know where it came from.
Yeah, and, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And we just had Derek Anglin on, and his wife, by the way. And
she was cool.
They love you, but they love Flower too, and they share the same sentiments. So, did they try to trade him, and you said no? Did you block that?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say there was discussions about a lot of different people in terms of trying to create cap space, and they were just discussions, and there were the trades that were sort of thrown around out there just made no sense. It just didn't make any sense to us. So he never came really close to being part of a deal. And I would have had a big problem with it if that had been presented to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Bill. Because people are still throwing his name out there even today. Like I'm not saying like as today, but like in trade rumors as a guy who could potentially get moved this year, man. But the way he's playing, like he's really responded for you guys.
He's great. He's great. I just hope he does. Don't wear him out, and then we get Leonard back, sooner rather than later. Well, I told Flower when I first met him the first night after the expansion draft. I was in the locker room with him, and I had a beer with a couple of guys, and he was talking about. Well, first we talked about. I said, well, we'll make playoffs in 3 and Stanley Cup in 6. And he said, well, why should we wait? I said, well, that's a good point. Why should we wait? And a few games later, I saw him in the elevator with he and his wife, and I said, you're going to retire here. He said, what do you mean? I said, you're going to retire here. This is where you're going to be, and you're going to get to learn to love Vegas, and Vegas is going to love you. So that's,
and they do.
I feel like I made a commitment to him at that point. So
wow.
Yeah, you did, man.
That's why the agent came out with the sword in the back. He was like,
we had him on.
When we had Alan, we had Alan.
We have everybody on. Billy,
good interview though. I mean, and this was we had him on before the cartoon came out.
Yeah.
So, all right, what about the gold helmet? People like, does it bother you? People are like trashing the gold helmet. I like it too. And is that your own design? There, are you the one behind the gold helmet there, Bill?
Billy.
That one I did not do. That's a George McPhee. That's a George McPhee and the marketing department. So, and I think it's great. We're Vegas. We got to be different.
Damn right.
We need to look different. We need to push the envelope, and the gold helmet pushes the envelope. And I had a hand in the gold jersey and kept working on that and making sure it had the right reflection or metallic version. And then I really designed the original logo and the original colors of the team back 4 years ago. I had a lot of help, but I kept on pushing in a certain direction, and the idea being our colors are black, gold, and gray, Army colors. We're about the shield, or the shield of the defender, and we're about being knights.
Damn right.
And the knight protects the unprotected.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the whole theory. It's not just hype. It's actually true. That's what the Golden Knights are. They're great.
No, I lived in Nottingham. I played over there for a year. I know all about history now. Of course, we have all the knights over there in England and stuff like that. So
Cam thinks he's a knight.
I think I'm like a history buff. I'm a history buff now. I played over there for a year. No. But what do you think about the Lake Tahoe? Like, what would you do? You've been around. You got places everywhere. Like, what would you say to the NHL and say, okay, we might not have fans here, but what else can we do for the NHL to put on an event like they did last night? Because I thought that was pretty cool for a COVID, kind of a
besides like the 8-hour postponement.
No, I know. No, well, you got to deal with the, of course, the glare and shit like that. But what other place could the NHL could put on a game like that?
I thought it was fantastic, and the views were terrific. Really, we didn't have fans, but it was really an unbelievable setting. And if we hadn't had COVID, boy, you'd have all the families up there. You'd have fans. It would have really been exciting. It was neat. So
was your yacht there? Were you the one in the yacht with the bikini on?
Were you diving?
With a cul-de-sac in the back of your head with a mullet? Was that you?
That was you diving out of the kayak.
No shit.
I was kind of sitting over there behind the announcers.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Bill. So give me your honest take here, and I know you will. You're a billionaire. You got a ton of money. Money isn't an issue. But how long can you survive without fans? I mean, this is a gate-driven league. How is this impacting and affecting you?
Well, we had a terrible year, once we shut down, and we're fortunate that we have great fans, and we basically got all the deposits for this season, by September of this year. So we had quite a bit of resources, but we were cannibalizing ourselves because we were taking those ticket deposits, those funds on deposit, and using those to really support our enterprise. So I went back to my partners, and I think I own about 65% of the team, and I got a bunch of great people that invested with me when we formed the team, and we did a capital call, and we brought in an extra $50 million so to make sure we had enough money to get us through this situation, and if we have to do it again, we'll do it again. So we're a well supported franchise in terms of the capital behind the team. And I'm the general partner, and I tell all my limited partners, most of them are business associates in one way or another, and I said, well, you understand, this is a limited partnership, and there's nothing more limited than being a limited partner of Bill Foley, and that's the reality, and they love it. They've all bought in. That I'm the dictator. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it is in a lot of different organizations, to be completely honest with you. Hey, tell us what it's like to normal folk I think you were down in Florida at the time, just chilling. I could only imagine what your place looks like. And you're just debating on, like, I want to buy a team. Is it going to be the Buccaneers? Is it going to be the Vegas?
The Jaguars.
They explain that situation where you're just sitting there like, I'm not working that much, I guess, because I want to do something completely different. Like, explain that to everybody, what your vision was and where your mindset was.
Well, in Florida, when I was thinking about the Jaguars, and I had a real good relationship with Wayne Weaver, and they wanted to exit, didn't have children involved in the business, and they wanted to move on, and we kind of negotiated a deal, and I was going to come in and buy 25% and then own 51%, and then take his family out completely.
Yeah.
And I was kind of there, and I said, where do I want to spend my life? Do I want to be? I'm a Westerner. I need to be in the West, and that's just kind of the person I am. I like wide open spaces, and I knew I didn't want to be in Florida in the summers. And if I had purchased the Jaguars, the kind of personality I am, I'd be there. I'd be involved in everything, and so I passed on that. And I kept on thinking about it, but my criteria was, whatever team I get involved with, it's got to be in a place that I want to be, so I can live there, be part of the community, and bring whatever talent I have to that team. And so the opportunity came up for Vegas, and it was a long shot. I mean, it's not like people back probably 6 years ago now we started the process. No one really believed that we could have a hockey team in Las Vegas.
No.
Yeah.
And we really proved them wrong. But we did our market studies. We determined at that time there were about 150,000 avid hockey fans in Las Vegas. They'd all come from somewhere else, whether it's Minnesota or Chicago or Canada or the Northeast. And so we had that base, and I got permission to run the ticket drive. And we couldn't believe it, because we knew nothing about how to do a ticket drive. But in a fairly short order, like 3 weeks, we had 11,000 season ticket deposits. And remember, the arena hadn't been built, and we hadn't been given a team.
Shit.
That's crazy. Time to talk about our boy Dan Bellman. Ooh. Bellman.com. That's with two N's, not one. BEHLMANN.com. Hey, check out the new inventory. Check out the pre-owned vehicles. You looking for a Chrysler, a Dodge, a Jeep, or Ram? How about a Cadillac or a Buick GMC? All in Troy, Missouri. Get your new wheels in time for the winter. Now back to the interview. Hey, can we talk about your ranch in Montana?
Yeah,
enough with the other stuff. Can we
we don't care about that
Can we
shit.
get into the ranch? I need to know.
We don't care about hockey.
How many acres we have going on here? What kind of animals? I had some
ride
wildlife
horses?
in my backyard actually over the weekend. I had some wildlife come in. I thought of you because I saw the elk in the backyard. But what kind of animals are coming up? And have we had any bear encounters?
Ooh.
Have we had any bear encounters
in Texas?
there? No, in Montana.
Oh, in Montana.
Yeah, we don't. On the ranch we don't have grizzlies. We have black bear, and they're pretty. They want to stay by themselves. And we make sure that all the garbage is all well covered and pretty well contained. So we haven't seen many bears on the property. Lots of moose. The ranch itself has about 1,200 elk that stay there year round. So they're on property, and mule deer, white-tailed deer, badgers. All kinds of raptors, all kinds. What else? Coyotes, obviously. Not many wolves. The wolves kind of seem to traverse. They come down out of the Flint Creek Range, and they go over toward Helena National Forest. They don't stay on our territory, which is good.
Well, what do you worry about then? Okay, so fine. The black bears we don't care about. They're tame. They're like, we might climb a tree. But the brown bears, the grizzlies and all that, they're going to come after you. And the coyotes will steal your pit bull, and they'll lure the dog out and kill it too. So, like, what's your main thing that you kind of worry about being up there?
I don't really worry about any of it, frankly. I think it's.
Okay. You're tough.
No, I'm just. Animals don't want to fool around with us. The mountain lions are the worst.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Why is that?
They're big ranging animals, and they get pretty bold. they shot one down off 17 in the wintertime. This is a 180-pound mountain lion.
Oh my God!
I mean, these are big, but they got plenty of food sources. You know, they have they've got elk and they've got elk calves. So that's what they really go after. We also have bighorn sheep on the property.
Yes.
So
yes.
For a good period of time, we had the largest herd of bighorn sheep in Montana on the property. But
Andy acts like he knows what he's talking about.
Well, I've seen them in Seward, Alaska, on the Seward Highway. I've seen the bighorn sheep out there.
Right now?
You know, so I mean, hey, it's almost like Alaska in Montana.
It kind of is.
I need to hear about when the team comes down there, though. Like, I love how you bring the team to the ranch because you know they love it. Like, what are you doing? Like, where are they staying? Like, which house are they in? Like, what are they doing? And how long do they stay for? Yeah.
Well, they usually come up. They've been coming up. They missed this year because of COVID, but they came up for the previous 2 years as kind of their bonding trip. You know, so they come up on whatever it is, midday one day, and they spend the next night, and I think they leave the next day. I think it's right there, just as training camp is kind of wrapping up. And we have plenty of places. We have about 100 rooftops now on the property.
Wow.
Most of them privately owned, and we have a little hotel. Well, sort of. It's 12 rooms, so that's always available. And then we have cabins on the creek that are available for rent. And by the time they get up there, the season is kind of wrapped up. So it's not hard to find duplexes for a couple guys to stay in, and the one-bedroom cabins on the creek, and then the little hotel we have. So. And they have a great time. You know, they play golf, they fish, they shoot.
Yeah, they have a great time, and they're hoping you're not watching them have a great time. To be honest with you, who are you kidding?
Oh, Bill's probably having a good time.
Bill's
with them.
watching them like I want to hang out with you guys, but I can't.
And what's like the rookie initiation, or anybody who's new to the team? They've got to jump into the creek. Like, what is that?
No shit. Do the ice?
It wasn't my idea. That was Nabber. That was his idea.
Yeah, that's good.
So what do they do? What do they do? They set the scene for us. I know there's no like video that's released of this and it's private, but like how does that go down though? Like are they jumping into a creek or river? Like where are they jumping into?
Well, the first time they jumped into Rock Creek, which I told them, I said, you got to stop doing that. There's slippery, you know, it's freezing. You know, you might fall, might twist an ankle or something. So the next initiation, it's only for the guys that have never done it before, although most of them do it again anyway. I have a little lake cabin, and so there's a dock, and so that's what they're up to. They run off the dock and jump in the lake.
Oh God. I want to hang out with you so bad. It's unbelievable.
Bill,
is it weird that I say that?
Can I rent a cabin, please?
I mean, God
I'm coming to Montana.
Hey, what if the guys are like, I'm fucking hanging out with you. I want to go skiing. And you're like, wait a minute. No, you're not going skiing. No. You're a hockey player. You're making a ton of money. Like, what do you say to some guys that want to get a little creative when it comes to outdoor sports?
Well, they're smart guys. You know, they're pretty contained. And we you know, it's just like when you played. It's you know, you don't want to go skiing. You really don't need to be playing basketball. That's not.
No. Don't roll your fucking ankle. No. Don't do it. Okay.
But
that was a dumb question.
But you did design the golf course, though, didn't you? On your property?
Well, Tom Doak designed it. I worked with Tom Doak and he'd been laying it out and gave him. I had some ideas about certain holes, and you know, we communicated, and we kind of went both directions. But he's a terrific designer. He's a minimalist. Moves as little dirt as possible. And the golf course is it's highly rated now. People finally started figuring out how
top 100, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you a hunter?
No, I'm not a hunter anymore. I stopped doing that. I fly fish.
Do you get weirded out when people like go to like the Sahara and kill lions when they're just like laying on a tree? Like, does that bug you? Does it bug you when people kill grizzlies and shit like that, or like you just hunting, go do your thing?
I'm not a hunter, and I understand a lot of people really like it. They go elk hunting and deer hunting, and shooting grizzlies is not my. I think that's not a good idea.
I don't like it either.
And go shooting an animal in Africa. Come on, is that really necessary?
Seriously.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Everything else I get, man. Like, there's so many deer in St. Louis. Andy and I are cruising around. Like, you almost hit 5 every time you drive anywhere. So, like, we'll depopulate that. But as far as the grizzlies and the flying, oh, God, I can't stand it, man. I don't know.
So what's on the docket for today? Give us your agenda. You got like, we haven't even talked about the wineries. I know we got to let you go, but like, busy, you got to love the wineries. Like, how much work goes into that? Just real quick, the production of wine, which I got to taste some of this wine too here.
Dude,
come on, Bill. I got so many things that I need from you.
Please.
Including the wine, but the production of owning a winery, like really hard work. Like, what's that all about?
Well, I don't obviously make the wine. I'm not a winemaker. What I try and do is I taste a lot of wine. Actually, I used to drink a lot of wine. I've kind of backed off a little bit now because it just packs the weight on. But I'm involved in like blending sessions, and we do blind tastings, brown bag tastings. So you do competitive sets, and that's all. It's a lot of fun for me. Tomorrow afternoon at 2:00, we're tasting through Sauv Blancs, and we have like 7 of our Sauv Blancs, and we brought in 8 competitive Sauv Blancs that are in our same price points to taste through them. So I'll be doing that with our director of winemaking. We're doing it Zoom-wise, but I'll be sitting with her just so I can learn a bit more about what she's thinking.
Do you stomp on grapes too?
No,
are you stomping on grapes?
I hope he does, because I'll drink the shit out of it.
These days that's not very sanitary. So
it's not.
It's kind of gross.
Corona wine.
Yeah,
good job, Andy. Is it weird though? Look, when you're that successful, and this is me just being, want to pick your brain. Like, good God Almighty, I looked you up today. Again, I told you were very, very entertaining. But when you have this much, are you like, I need more? I need this. Oh, I have a team. No, I need a winery. Now I need this. Like when is it enough? Are you satisfied with your life, or are you just like, I just want to conquer everything?
The money has never been important to me. It always seems to come with good investments. Mm-hmm. So I'm not. I keep on wanting to get involved. I like learning, so I love to get involved in different kinds of businesses and learn different things. And so that was how I got involved in the wine business. I just wanted to really understand winemaking and understand great wines. And what I try and do is that with everything I'm involved in, I just try and make it better. And so I never worry about how much am I doing. I do sell things, and so I try and get things off my plate. I try and progress through my situation at various companies. As I said, I may start out as the president and CEO, but then I become the CEO, then I become the executive chairman, then I become the chairman, and then I say, I'm out, I'm gone.
Yep.
And so I've done that. I'm doing it now with 2 companies I'm involved with. I told them, I said, look, I've got to move on. You're doing great. I'm an investor, and I'll be an investor for a long time, but I've done what I can do here.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of try and ease up my schedule, and so I'm not completely buried all the time every day.
Billy, you're the American dream.
Well,
you're the American dream. That's all you got to say.
And
I'm the American dream.
Last thing for me though, like, what's your advice? Like, what's your advice to becoming rich?
Yeah.
How do you become rich, in your opinion? Is it through investments? Like, how do you be a good investor? Like, what's your advice to people who want to be rich?
Up and coming, like us.
Well, I mean, honestly, as I said, I'd never thought the money was never the number one priority. It was having fun and learning and trying to create something, and that's all I always try and do. And I'm judicious. I'm a value investor. I never overpaid. I try to never overpay. I wouldn't say I never overpaid because I've made some dumb investments in my time. But I try and be a value investor and try and have the right timing to invest. So this past year was a great time to make certain investments in various industries that have been completely beat up, and they're going to come back. I haven't bought increased our restaurant holdings, but it's pretty soon it'll be time to do that because these restaurants are going to open up again.
Yeah, but how do you know they're going to? So even the Phoenix, when you merged and you did everything, I know you worked for different companies, but how do you really know? Is it mismanagement? So you look at a company and you're like, this company's legit, but these dipshits are working for them and they're mismanaging it, and I'm going to take over and I'm going to get all these dumbasses out here and put my people in. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, there you go.
I simplify everything, Billy. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
So I lied. I got one more. Do you impulse buy? Like, do you sit around at night on Amazon and be like, okay, I got to have this sweater. I got to have, like, this little basket here for the house. Like, what's the thing that you, like, splurge on, that you impulse buy? It can be a major purchase,
Hopefully
too.
it's boats.
Like, is there something that you bought that, like, you decided in 5 minutes, like a 6-7 figure purchase? Anything like that?
Yeah, it'd be probably houses.
Ooh,
that's the weakness. My wife is she loves to go to different places, and I am an impulse buyer on houses. If I like the place, I like where it is, and I figure we can get there enough to justify it, then it's not like an overnight purchase, but it's like, yeah, I like to be here. Let's go look around. Let's see what's available. Let's see. That's kind of the story. But
hey,
Andy and I are like that too, but we don't have that much money.
Hey, we'll let you go. Hey, next time you go to a board of governors meeting, sit next to Tom Stillman. He's the owner of the Blues.
Awesome.
He's a man of integrity. Great guy. And
Talk to him.
You and him would hit it off. Okay, Bill.
He sells beer and he owns a hockey team. Like, it's just the coolest thing in the world, just like you, man. You know how it is.
And he was great. And he was frankly great. You know, when we had the goalie coach, had a heart attack. Well, he was right on. Reached out. How can I help? What can I do? Dave Pryor. So I'd love to get to know him.
Okay, we're going to set that up. We're going to have a Zoom wine tasting session.
Actually, Andy, we don't give a shit about that. We're hanging out with you, and we're coming down.
Hey, we're coming to the cabins, just so you know. And I want the pond house when I come.
Billy, you're the man. Okay. You're an entrepreneur. Yeah. You're the American dream. And I love looking up. We do a ton of these, by the way.
That's right.
And when we looked you're the coolest.
Well, I was like, I got to get Bill.
He said that. I'm like, oh my god, I love this so much. Yeah, so you're the man, and we're going to hang out with you.
We'll be in
whether
Vegas,
you like it
too.
or not.
That's right. Hey, who owned Petro's house? We're probably going to stay in his garage when we come there. Yeah. Make sure you let him know.
I don't know who owns it. I saw some pictures. I saw some pictures of it. Looks like a great place. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Billy, I used to own it. I was really rich and I scored a lot of goals in the NHL. Love you, buddy. You're the man. We learned a lot from you today,
right.
and that's the best. We're going to keep in touch with you, man. We'll be over in Vegas soon enough.
We're coming to Montana.
See you, dude.
And Kauai.
Yeah, come up to the ranch.
Oh,
come up to the ranch.
We'd love it. We'd love it.
Quote that off.
We talked to a bunch of guys who have been there, honestly.
Oh, yeah. And they think they're cool.
Yeah, I know. So we're coming to jump in that lake. So anyway,
you're the man, dude. We love you. We're rooting for you, man.
Yeah. Have a great rest of the year.
See you, bud.
Okay. Thanks for the time.
Right on, buddy.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. That was Bill Foley. Real quick, what stood out the most? Like, what do you read from this guy that you say, wow, this is why he's so successful?
Delegating.
Yes, he delegates.
He finds people just like Lou Lamoriello did. He's like, I got to find the right people to take care of the shit that I can't take care of.
That's what we do. We delegate.
We do. Exactly
we
right.
Delegate.
No, but seriously, when he said that, when I read articles about him, he's like, I just find the right people.
That's right.
Lou said the goddamn same thing. Everybody says the same thing. Just find the right people to take care of you. You help them. You work together.
You're only as good as the people that are around you.
Just like we do, Andy.
Yeah. Well, Doug Armstrong's the same way. He talks about that. He talked about that with us. You got to put. I was talking to another GM about this the other day. About how.
Of course you were.
Well, about how.
Was it a billionaire?
No, I was talking about Doug Armstrong and how he's just always surrounded himself by super intelligent people. And I think anybody who runs a successful business, I don't care if it's a restaurant or whatever it is, that's how you have to do it.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to the right people in charge. You have to know how to deal with them.
Remember, I think it was Lou who said that. Remember, he called it like an orchestra or whatever he did. Symphony or orchestra?
It's a symphony.
I think he. Oh, did he? Okay.
Andy.
I didn't know if he said orchestra or symphony.
Time out.
He even said on the podcast, he goes, Cam, you've heard this before, he said.
Andy, he's told me that a million times.
Yeah, symphony.
I know what the fuck it is.
Symphony.
Okay. So I'm not the fourth line guy with the fucking flute in the background, like.
So what are you?
Once in a while,
what were you in the symphony?
The flute.
You
guy.
weren't a cello player.
I was a weirdo flute guy that looked like you.
Were you like
a green fucking jacket
maybe
on?
clarinet?
And he's like this, rank, rank, rank. Once every 3 hours.
Was it a clarinet?
It was something not cool. Okay, so anyway, no, you're right on that, man. And we love to pick brains of guys that are successul. I mean, that's the way it is. And then we pick brains of guys that
some of the stuff he does. Some of the yeah, but like the boots,
you have a green fucking sweater on.
It's made so out
bad.
of alpaca. Alpaca.
That doesn't mean anything.
Is it alpaca or alpaca?
It's pure
it's
green.
Very expensive.
Andy, I can't.
and he gave it to me, and he suggested
boots on. Like, what are you
I
doing?
wore these boots because it's so slushy and muddy out.
Have you dug a ditch yet?
I'm going to, but I didn't want to like ruin any of my shoes, dude, and be walking through the water.
I dug my first ditch 3 years ago.
I didn't wear these to the rink today, but today I'm wearing these now because it's puddly. You know,
you walk in the locker room like that,
you don't see anybody nowadays.
Oh, that's true.
Like the locker
no wonder you
look
look like a jackass because they're not beaking you the whole time. If you walked in there, Shinner would be like this. Are you concreting today, homie?
Dude, Jordan Bennington just got the exact same sweater in like maroon.
But his has like his number on it and shit. No, it says, I'm fucking cool.
He got the same one in
like
maroon.
Ninja Turtles
or burgundy or something like that.
Yeah, it's god awful.
Dude,
I like you.
With your Mike Tyson, you got a cutoff sweatshirt with no sleeves and a hood. Like you're just in the training room, like in the ring, sparring for the last 45 minutes. You have a sleeveless hoodie on. Sleeveless. No sleeves. With a hood, sleeveless, with a black shirt underneath it. Like, what is that? And you're chirping me with your sweatpants on.
I'm jacked as fuck. Oh, y'all.
You have to admit.
And the body's now it.
You have to admit you should not have gone there with a yellow hat.
As motherfucking fuck. I'm jacked as shit. I got tight ass shit on. I got a Lululemon shit. I'm Lululemoned out. I'm fucking jacked.
Sleeveless
I'm the fuck out.
hoodie
you.
with a yellow hat.
The body's now.
The boys know. Admit you should not have gone there. Well, I know. Listen,
we both look like shit.
I gotta go dig some ditches.
Andy, I swear to God, I've been working out like no other.
Have you? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
What the fuck are you talking about? Look at that.
You look like Mike Tyson wore that like in 1986.
Yeah, but that's Mike Tyson. You're comparing me to the baddest motherfucker in the block, baby. I'm comparing you to like Screech.
He just passed away. Rest in peace.
In his early years.
What do you mean? What happened in the later years?
He was really nerdy because he got like a.
No,
you're Urkel at the early years because he came.
Never got into that show.
You should.
It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, it was you.
Okay. Anyway, this was Bill Foley, man. We enjoy Bill Foley joining us on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast. Yep. Great stuff from him, man. And we wish them the best of luck. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him in a playoff series. You never know.
He's inviting me down on his private jet. But whatever.
People are all critical.
Did he say he invited you? Oh no,
he didn't say that about you. And I have his number, so I'll probably be more likely to get there.
Honestly,
than you.
He just texted me and said, "Cam, I love you so much."
He didn't know. I had to explain to him who you
you're
were.
The American dream.
He had never heard of you.
You're
another one.
Eureka! Bye. I love you, Cam. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I didn't ask him during the interview.
You're gonna party when we come up here. I'm like, fuck yes.
I didn't ask him during the interview.
He's flying me out. He's partying with me too.
I didn't ask him during the interview if he had ever heard of you. Because I already had asked him that on the phone.
He might have a heart attack.
So he probably
he's
looked
a military
you up.
motherfucker. He loves me.
He probably looked you up.
He looked at your fucking shirt and was like, "This fucking donkey dick."
He's like, "Wow, I got the same one."
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I use it to like wipe my fucking oil off my fucking Corvette.
He's like, Cam, the guy with the sleeveless hoodie.
Oh, the handsome guy,
the sweatshirt with no sleeves. Like who dresses like that?
I do, dick.
With a yellow hat.
No, this is Lululemon.
I know this. I got a Lululemon coat on. Can
they be our sponsor, by the way?
Lulu, probably. My wife's pretty in tight with them.
Well, she's the one who hooked me up.
Maybe. She might have back in the day, probably.
Tell you.
Back in the day, she used to hook everybody up.
I know.
Back in the day.
Oh, I know.
All right, Car
and
Shield
the painters.
and CarShield.com.
And the fucking guys.
Hey, 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. It's embarrassing. You'll save 10%.
Get laid.
Do it today. Don't forget about Bellman and Bellman.com. They got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on one side of the street, all in Troy, Missouri. On the other side, the Cadillac, the Buick, the GMC. I'm looking at that Escalade. And, hey, man, they got lots of good options for you. You should check that out. Victor Hockey. At Victor Hockey USA on Instagram and Twitter, VictorHockey.com. Check out all the hoodies, T-shirts, all that type of stuff they've got going on. How about Keep It Handsome? KeepItHandsome.com. Get that shampoo, get the conditioner, get all the hair products you need, and then get the Fight Ugly hoodie. Yeah, package it together.
Send us a pic, too.
Fight Ugly. And now Fight Ugly and Cam and Strick Podcast have collaborated for new hats. Dude, you can get all of this on the KeepItHandsome.com website. So check it out. And bundle it all together. Get some beard moisturizer, which I just used a few seconds ago. It's amazing.
It's great, but he doesn't need it.
You can have that. You can have the head balm. You can get the sculpting paste, everything they have over there. And again, a portion of the proceeds from the Fight Ugly hoodie go back to support the Montreal Resource Center.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Great
So they do a great job.
Don't be a bully.
Don't be a bully, man. We fight the bullies. We fight the ugly that exists that's out there. All right. How about Ellie and Dylan with Dry Black Tie? I get what I want. and I get it when I want it. And I drive black tie. When I drive black tie. So if you want a G-Wagon or you want an exotic car, could be a Porsche, could be a Range Rover, whatever it is, man.
Maserati.
I had the Maserati for a couple of days. Yes, I did.
You look cool for a bit.
Yes, driveblacktie.com. Check out the website, get the app, and then call Dylan, man. He's going to hook you up and take care of you. Do it the right way. You can talk to Ellie, too. Everybody over there with Dry Black Tie.
No, way cooler than you. Oh. Dylan's way cooler than you, too. He's got sick hair.
They're so much cooler than you.
Here's the deal. Ellie, I love you to death. You're cooler than Dylan. You're 10 times cooler than Andy. But Dylan's cooler than Andy. So I'm trying to
oh my God.
I had to put this algorithm together.
If I could take a picture of your sleeveless shirt.
I look fucking badass.
He's got a sweatshirt with no sleeves.
Sick, tough looking, dude. Kate's like, I want to make out with you. And I go,
oh, really? She said that? Yeah, did she just text you?
No.
Did she text you a mango? No, she did not.
But I can go on the computer and make out with somebody.
All right, candid.com. Check out the website. Get one of those hats as well. We'll send it off to you. And they're on sale right now. By the way, keepithandsome.com. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save 15%.
That's what you did.
So that's a pretty good deal right there. And everything else, man, is in place. Candidips. How you doing with the candidips?
Good, man.
Dude, check out all the flavors. Get that California roll and get yourself set up and do it the right way. Yeah, you don't need to be chewing the real stuff.
Well, I don't.
It's disgusting. It's a bad habit. Get off of it.
I chirp Andy again a lot. But he's got really good teeth. I'm not going to lie to you. And he's got the best smile ever. His smile's not great, but his teeth are great. So, your face isn't that proportion to be good. It's not. But your teeth are good.
It's pretty good. You told me I had beautiful skin.
You got pretty good skin, too. I can compliment you if I want.
Yeah,
if I want.
Well, I got to sometimes just get it out of you just a little bit.
You got good teeth, man. All right. I'll make out with you.
All right. No, it ain't happening. All right. Candidips.com. So check that out. Straight out of Humboldt County, man. So you know what's the good stuff, man. Humboldt.
California.
Man, they know what's up.
Saskatchewan.
No, Humboldt. Humboldt. And everybody knew that back in the 90s. Well, it's from Humboldt? Okay.
Yeah.
That must mean it's good. Yes, Humboldt County. That's where Candidips is originated from. And we got to go. Episode number 117, man. You listened. You missed a previous episode. Go to candidstrick.com. Check out all the previous episodes and get your ass caught up.
Love you all.
With the Cam and Strick Podcast.
See you, boys.